We're here. Yeah. Come on, man. What's good with your boy, Hugo the Savage, aka Saudi Savage? It's Rumble season, baby. It's that time, blood. Rumble. 30 women. 29 eliminated. One winner. I would say the same for the men, but it sounds like a bit of a bun up. But you hear it, blood. You know, like that. Come on, man. 4 letters. 1 word. Hugo. What's good, guys? I hope everyone's well. I hope everyone's good. It gets like that. It gets like that. Let me drop my disclaimer before we get on with this preview prediction show. You know we're going to do it in order of matches, even though there's only 4, so there's not much to go in order of. Matches, we might just change it and do the rumbles next to each other at the end. And obviously, you guys can drop who you think is going to win and all that stuff as well. But we're going to try and do it in a timely fashion, just so I don't have to miss everyone's comments, you know, like that. I don't want to be talking about the women's rumble and you like talking about the men's rumble, because then I ain't reading the comment about the men's rumble while I'm talking about the women's rumble, you know, like that. But I'm good. I'm back. I'm gassed. I love the Royal Rumble. I love the Royal Rumble. I love it. I love it. And people who've been in the channel, like the first thing I remember. Listen. You just understand. My first memory of wrestling is the Royal Rumble. My first memory of wrestling is the Royal Rumble. You know, like that. I remember random stuff. I remember like Hardcore Holly, but he was racing Bob Holly. I don't know. I just remember the checkered flags. I remember Yokozuna and the Macho Man. Oh, yeah. I remember it vividly. Oh, yeah. Dig it. I remember it. Because he was doing the, yeah. And then Yokozuna did the, yeah. He put on the pro, and then, yeah, and he dived over the, yeah. I remember it. Vivid memories of the Royal Rumble, and where better to have somewhere royal, well, apart from the UK, than Saudi Arabia. You know, like that. Old type my guy, Turkey, Hala Sheikh blood. You get me? Old type you, man. Assalamu alaikum, salam, and all that. You go like that. I remember it vividly. You know them way there. Yes. Man ain't joking. 93, Yokozuna. 4, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Austin, Vince Rock. I remember it. We're back. We got so much to talk about. The 2 rumbles. We got Sami Zayn versus the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre. Think you're a bad man, or do you know you're a bad man? Go home. We got all that to talk about. We got the phenomenal AJ Styles taking on Gunther. You know, like that. Gunther. You know, like that. Walter Stark and that. We got that to talk about. We got the women's Royal Rumble. Listen, I'm gassed about the women's Royal Rumble. You know, I'm gassed about the women's Royal Rumble. Stinky sometimes. But the women's Royal Rumble ain't really been around that long. You get me? Ain't really been around that long. But since it has, we've had some good Royal Rumbles, you know, like that. You know, like that. We had Oscar. She was the first women's Royal Rumble winner, wasn't she? 2018. I remember that. Her and Nakamura won on the same night. Yeah. Rising Sun, Japan, and that. All of that. Seth and Becky won on the same. Hold on a minute. I just realized Seth and Becky won on the same year. They're a couple. There was some politicking going on there. You get me? We went into, COVID. Drew and Charlotte, Edge and Bianca, Brock and Ronda, Cody and Rhea, Cody and Bayley, Jay and Charlotte. So you get me? It's an eclectic mix of winners. Now, when I look at these winners, I'm thinking, surely we don't go like Cody wins 3 times. No one wins the Rumble 3 times. So get Cody out of here, blood. Get Cody out of here. You know, like that. Obviously, Roman Reigns won 2015, but we know what happened there. It's been 11 years since Roman Reigns won the Royal Rumble. Fun fact about Roman Reigns, my guy Romano, yeah, he ain't had. Roman Reigns has not had one rematch, one WWE Championship match since he lost to Cody at WrestleMania 40 2 years ago. This has never happened in the history of pro wrestling unless the person's injured or the person retires or the person quits or the person becomes a movie star. It's never happened in life. But somehow the tribal chief, my tribal chief, your tribal chief, leader of the ones, hasn't had a rematch in that whole time. In the time of Roman not having a rematch, Cody won the title, lost the title, and won it back, and lost it again. In the time of him not having the rematch, Jey Uso became champion. You see what I'm saying? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But anyway, love for the love. Big up everyone in the chat. We're going to chop this up. We're going to cook it up. Should be dope. We should be here for about 50 more minutes and that. Look at hour and that guy. You get me? And then obviously tomorrow we're here for the watch party, watch along. Saudi Savage is in the building. We're going to cook it up and let them know about the Demon Team. Now, obviously, we're going to get into this. I'm going to try and read chats and that. You get me? Comments and all that stuff. Don't be just spamming random stuff. If you got like something valid to say, write a little paragraph there so I can read it, you know, like that, so everyone can have a chance and that. Obviously, you send a super chat, you go straight to the top. And obviously, you get me? If you're already a member, straight to the top. Big up the mods, shooters in the chat. Anyway, let's start with the WWE Undisputed Champion, Drew McIntyre, who has had his title for about 3 weeks. He won this title from Cody Rhodes on a SmackDown in a cage match. So, we saw him at Saturday's night main event. He came in. He tried to ruin what he did. He ruined Cody and Jacob Fatu's match. Then he tried to attack Sammy at the end. It was all a mess. He's taking on. Now, I have to reiterate this because I have definitely been a fan of Sami Zayn at some point. So I don't want to come across like I hate the guy. Obviously, anyone saw the video on the channel. If you didn't see the video, you're a scumbag. You should have watched my video. But I did a scumbag on if Sammy wins, we riot. Sammy, it's not personal. It's not personal. But you have to understand something. Sammy's time was out of the bloodline. He was at the highest he's ever been. He was at the peak of babyfaceness, and they decided to go with him in tag team matches. Why? Because Cody Rhodes came and got involved. Realistically, coming out of WrestleMania 39, it should have been Roman, Sammy. We didn't need Cody, Roman too, but let's be honest, WrestleMania 40, the particular two matches were great matches, so we ain't mad at that. But Sammy should have been at the heights there. Obviously, Sammy had his chance at Elimination Chamber against Roman in Toronto. Very good match. Very, very good match. He ran it close. Tribal Chief beat him up. So, is what it is. Sammy, after the... was it Raw after Mania? It was Raw after Mania. So, Seth Rollins, you know, he beat CM Punk and Roman. Triple threat. Paul Heyman turned. And we went to the Raw after Mania, and Sami Zayn turns up. And he's declaring about what he wants to do. And Paul Heyman tells him, listen, you want a championship? That's fine. Seth told me to tell you I can get you a title shot on SmackDown. But if you don't get out of our way on Raw and you don't join the Vision, you can remove yourself. Didn't say the Vision because didn't have the name then, but you get my point. And then what happened? What proceeded? Obviously, Sammy did the underdog thing. Didn't want to do it. He got his ass whooped. And that's all I'm saying about that. So that's really the last time Sammy had any involvement in the title picture. Then we move to now, which is, this is a terrible build, by the way. I have to reiterate that this is possibly the worst build-up for a Royal Rumble I've ever seen. It's the most rushed build up I've ever seen. We literally had Christmas, New Year's, no build to Royal Rumble, no talk about it. Get to January, Drew gets his title, then we start talking about Royal Rumble with 2 weeks to go. Not to mention, they decided to put a Saturday night main event on the week before Royal Rumble, which made no sense. But I digress. So, Sammy declares, I think it was in the UK actually, when Trick Williams debuted, he declared that, he spoke about his son, asking why does daddy not have, he said his son said, Papa, why don't you have a title? First of all, I saw your son. I'm not going to bring up. No jokes about Sammy's son. Your son asked why you don't have one of those titles because you're a punk, bro. All right? You're not Roman Reigns. That's why you don't have one of those titles. Sammy, Intercontinental title, US title, tag title, that's all you, blood. See the WWE title. We've done this before. We've done the Daniel Bryan underdog thing already. We've done the Sami Zayn against Gunther Intercontinental title underdog thing already. We've done the Jey Uso underdog thing already. The underdog thing is dead. It draws no money. Nobody cares once you reach the top. Nobody cares. We done underdog. Eddie Guerrero versus Brock Lesnar. Very different. Eddie Guerrero was a bad man. He was all in shape. He was a bad boy. He lied, he cheats, he steals. And now we're doing Let's Feel Sorry for a Man because he looks scruffy and loads of the internet fans can relate to him because he looks like he works at CEX and smells like wet dog. We're not having that. So, in this match, since Drew's only had this title for 3 weeks, and I don't want to go too much in detail of what I think's going to happen because if you want to know what I think's going to happen, I already put it in my other video. I believe Drew McIntyre wins this match. I think there's no way Sami Zayn wins this match. Now, if you cannot make Drew a transitional champion, you can't do that. On the back of that, Drew really, apart from the fact that Sammy's never beat Drew, apart from the fact that they had beef with each other before, apart from the fact that it's very funny how it works. The way Sammy joined the Bloodline was based off Drew McIntyre because he was scared of Drew and he needed help. And he said to the Bloodline, listen, guys, I need a bit of help with Drew. If you help me, I can help you guys. He helped them out, joined the Bloodline. We move on from there. Sammy Uso, honorary Uso, Sammy. That's how we got there. And then we had Drew wanted to be the Bloodline killer. Drew is a champion that everyone gets behind, even though he's a heel. Everyone's on path with him because everything he said is valid. I've been done over. You have been done over. I don't get no title shots. You really don't. You know what I mean? So we all can agree with Drew. Drew McIntyre just won the title, bro. He hasn't had this title. I swear he hasn't had the title a month, bro. Because that UK tour. I mean, he couldn't have had the title a month. We're in literally, it's the 30th of January now. We've had 30 days of this month. And he won it this month. He can't. I mean, he could lose the title, but I don't think he will lose the title. I'm all here for, causing a fuss and mixing things up and doing unpredictable stuff. I'm all for somebody winning a title at a pay-per-view and losing it on Raw randomly one day. Happened with Kane back in the day. It's fine. But I'm not doing that with Drew. Not when he's been the whole year, longer than that, been casted away. And I didn't like babyface Drew in lockdown. I didn't like that Drew. So I like this Drew as heel. And obviously, at the moment, it's him, Cody, and Fatu. And that looks like it's going to build to a triple threat match. But we don't know yet. But it does look like we're heading towards the triple threat match. So I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre. Now you guys let me know what you think and I'll get some of your cards. Connor said Drew is winning. They're doing a triple threat mania between Drew. Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's what I just said as well. Morris said I was watching old school Rumble build-ups last night compared to how it is now, which is crazy. Usually they get over the top brawls and then yeah. That's exactly what it is. I just finished watching the kickoff show to Royal Rumble as well, with all the people on stage. Gunther came out, all the tag team women came out, and the ones from Raw anyway. The Vision came out. Jey Uso is, bro, like, you realize very quickly why Jey Uso's in that position. They love Jey Uso, bro. So, yeah, interesting. Big up everyone in the chat, though. Big up King Vader, who said Sami Zayn is not main event. Yeah, I'm not even dissing him. And you know what we'll say as well? I don't even think it's like that. It's not that Sami could never main event, because let's be honest, and I don't need anyone lying to me. when Cody left the WWE the first time, when he was Stardust, nobody ever said, "Oh yeah, this is ridiculous. They released Cody. He could be champion." No one said that, and no one ever thought he would be champion after that. So the fact that he went away and came back, and let's be honest, Sami Zayn's character and his stature in WWE is bigger than Cody's was before he left. Cody's stature was big based on Dusty Rhodes and his brother Goldust. So what he wasn't. So he could do it. Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn's character and status in WWE is bigger than Drew McIntyre's before he left too. It just is. When Drew Freeman Band, when he was part of the Freeman Band, no one's thinking he was going to be champion. Jinder Mahal, no one thought he was going to be champion. So it's very possible. So anything I say about Sami is based on his character and not based on him, because they need to build him up that same way. The only thing I say about Sami is if you want to help yourself, yeah, little gym work, little tan and that. You get me? But I hear you going with the scruffy look, the little homeless look. You get me? Honestly, I don't know. The people love Jey Uso. That Jacob Cody segment on SmackDown was fire. Jacob is such a star. Jacob's cold. Jacob's cold. And what I think as well is Cody saying what he did to Jacob about prison kind of plants the seeds for a heel Cody in the future. You don't even have to use it. If you never want to turn Cody heel, safe. But it plants the seeds that Cody has done a few things. Cody planted the seed there. Cody planning, you know what I mean? When he's fighting John Cena, there was a few times where he wanted to use a weapon. Cody, when he beat up, remember Carmelo said something to him backstage before and he pushed him. There's a few seeds planted. Now, I think you can make an unhinged Cody Rhodes, but let's move on from there. I think this match is going to end. It's either going to end in a disqualification from Drew, which Sammy will win the match, but he won't win the title. Or maybe Jacob Fatu or someone gets involved. Or Drew beats the brakes off Sammy. And I'm talking about when it's all said and done, he cheats to win, grab the tights or whatever, and beats the brakes off Sammy. Because I've got a vision, and you saw the last video, I got a vision of Sami Zayn going into the Royal Rumble as well, bandaged up, bruised up. So that's what I've got there. So we'll see. But bonkers, that's crazy. You'd want Sammy to win. Sami Zayn is nowhere near as good as Kevin Owens as a performer. Yeah, I agree. I think they're both as good as each other in the ring. I think that's proven so far. But as a character, Kevin's way better. But I like Bloodline Sammy, and I like the Sammy before the Bloodline was actually good. The conspiracy theory Sammy when he went against Jackass and that, or when he went against Logan, that was good Sammy. That was the best Sammy at that point. The old NXT Sammy, he's just good in the ring. That's all he had. A little flat cap on. He had a good entrance song. Yeah, move on from there. Let's get on to this match. Is a big match, you know. This is the phenomenal AJ Styles takes on the career killer Gunter in a retirement match. If Sami Zayn, if AJ Styles does not win this match, he will have to retire from professional wrestling. Now, I went out my way to research. I said it in the last video as well, because I was like, let me make sure that when he spoke to Adam Pearce, he didn't say, if I take this match and lose, my WWE career's over. He didn't say that. He actually said, my wrestling career's over. Because obviously, the easy thing would be to he loses and then goes to TNA and finishes his career there because that's where he started. Nobody can fathom AJ Styles winning, but nobody can fathom AJ Styles retiring either, which is an oxymoron. And it's a bit of a catch-22 because I think we can see Gunter winning, but nobody can see AJ actually retiring. So there may be some creative way they can get out of this, and that's for them. They should be good to see what they can do. But for me, I don't know with AJ Styles, you know, he might go the complete opposite to John Cena. No tour, a couple matches. When you look at the matches that he's had in the last few weeks, he's fought John Cena already towards the end of last year. He fought Nakamura. He fought CM Punk. Because AJ Styles isn't a WWE guy like that from the histories, TNA, there's no one left for him to wrestle in the WWE that means something. Like there's actually nobody. Whereas John Cena had a long list. So it's the 10-year anniversary since AJ debuted. It's a 10-year anniversary since he debuted. He debuted at the Royal Rumble 2016. I think that's correct anyway. He definitely debuted at the Royal Rumble. So if that's the case, I think we might end up being shocked, you know. And I think AJ retires, bro. I think AJ retires. You can't give someone the moniker of the career killer. You can't let somebody retire John Cena, then pick on the next person to retire them, and then it just doesn't work. That's the equivalent of Randy Orton being the legend killer. And then the second time he tries to punch somebody, it just doesn't work and it's fine. He has a case to build in the fact he didn't lose on Monday. He doesn't have a case to build because he's still taking this match. He doesn't have a case to build. Like, what if he was going to build the case? You build it before you get to this match, not after. You went along with it. It's kind of yeah. Remember the deal's not, oh, if I lose and Gunter cheats, I got to retire. If you lose. No, but it just said if you lose. Now, obviously, I don't book WWE. I'm going off what they've told us. If they want to change something, Adam Pearce wants to do something Fugazi, I hear it. Because it's a bit underwhelming, AJ retiring like this. We've had no video packages. We've had no, like, people backstage talking about AJ Styles on the Titantron. We've had no, like, adverts and stuff. We've hardly had that many people speak to him backstage. So I think yeah, I'm gonna go with AJ to retire. Sadly, I think if it goes any other way, it ruins the integrity of what's going on. Honestly, the only way is if there's a disqualification in the match, and Gunter beats up AJ, but AJ wins by. I guess you can kind of keep Gunter strong like that. I guess kind of if he gets counted out, or there's a disqualification, or you know what I mean, something like that happens. Because obviously we had that thing with the calf crusher before, and the referee didn't see it. But as I said, you can't talk about something. Oh, technically, I didn't lose before, brother. You've taken the next match. What are you talking about? You've taken the next match since then as well. It's not like you got forced into it. You chose the match. You went into the ring with Gunter, and you said, "Safe. I'll put my career on the line." So yeah, AJ to retire. As I said, he said he's getting rid of his wrestling career, not his WWE career. His wrestling career. If he goes to TNA, ruins the integrity of it, and I won't be watching that damn TNA match, bro. So here's what it is. AJ Styles, Gunter cannot lose, bro. Like he pisses on beating John Cena straight away, and that was already terrible. Um, yeah, yeah. I don't know how everyone feels about AJ retiring. Forget the match itself, but I'm going to be 100% honest. I think if he does retire on the day, which is tomorrow, I will be. I wouldn't be sad. I'll be like, oh, that's you know what I mean? Nah, man, like AJ and that man. But we have to be honest, bro. I know everyone's gonna lie on that, but for the last year or so, 2 years, AJ's been irrelevant on the roster. He's been irrelevant, bro. Like to the point of when he went to fight John Cena, it came out of nowhere, and he came out on Raw and said, "I don't need no story to fight John Cena. This match books itself." He literally had no like, and nobody cared either. Like every now and again, everyone would be like, "Where's AJ?" But when we was doing all these watch-alongs and that, no one was like, "Oh, this show's missing AJ Styles, bro." Because let's be AJ on the mic, AJ in the ring, probably one of the best in the world, best ever to do it. But he goes down a long list of people. Finn Balor got more TV time, but he's in a shit tag team. Nakamura and AJ Styles have been treated the same. I'll be honest, they've been treated exactly the same. And then they put him with flipping Dragon Lee. Nobody cares. Put him against Dominic. Nah. So, it is what it is. It is what it is, man. I mean, it's not just them getting treated like that. The New Day's getting treated like that. A lot of people are getting treated like shit, not being used properly. So, Anyway, let's move on from there. Let's go on to the women's Royal Rumble. These are the pièce de résistance, blood. You get me? The big matches. Obviously, no sexism, but we're gonna go with the women's ones first because that's how it normally goes. Yeah, Morris, I wouldn't be surprised if they just they give Gunter everyone to beat, bro. Like Gunter beats Nakamura, Gunter beats Brock. You just get rid of everyone. Might as well. Might as well. Still won't get Gunter. People still treat Gunter like he's not good enough. So, yeah, interesting. Where should we go from here? AJ Styles and the Bull Dudes didn't help. Bit like that. No. You're talking about Gallows and Anderson, but they're wrestling legends, man. It didn't help any of them in general. It was Gallows, Anderson, AJ Styles, and Meechin. No one gave a shit. No one gave a shit. But let's move on. Women's Royal Rumble. I got the participants up at the moment. There's obviously more to join this from SmackDown, which is on at 5 o'clock today. But yeah, I have to let everyone know again. If you're new to the channel, I know what man do on other channels and that. We don't do rumors over here. You get me? We're trying to keep kayfabe alive a little bit. We don't do rumors and spoilers. So if you're gonna do that in the chat, Morris is in there. He's got a sniper. He might take you out. It's not my problem, bro. Like that. Anyway, Women's Royal Rumble. I actually saw another list of this. There's another list that's already out with more women on it. So, but Io Sky, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Roxanne Perez, Raquel Rodriguez, Bailey, Oscar, Lyra, Kairi Sane, and then you can obviously imagine all the other ones added onto that as well. I'm guessing with that, Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, Lash Legend, guessing maybe Chelsea Green, Jordan Grace, Meechin, B-Fab, few of them, and then obviously maybe some returning people. Who knows about surprises and stuff? Probably go. I wrote down a list here because what I've done is I've got down. My list is based on feuds that I think are going to come out of this. And with the feuds that I think that can come out of the Rumble, it kind of gave me my prediction of who I think is going to win. So I'm going to get to that, and then you like write in the comments who you like think is going to win or whatever as well, and then I'll get to that as well. Big up ends. So I think that all the tag teams that are in this, they were on stage just with Michael Cole. You had Io and Io and Rhea. You had Liv and Roxanne Perez with Raquel. You had Bailey and Lyra. So you had them lot. Obviously, you got Lash Legend and Nia. They're a tag team as well. And then you've got Charlotte and Alexa, another tag team. If I'm correct, that's about 10 participants taken care of just based on tag teams. I personally think that the women lead. We're getting so close to WrestleMania, and none of them tag teams are broken up yet. I think at WrestleMania, because they only seem to do like 5 matches each night or something, I think they're gonna go with like a ladder match, maybe a ladder match for the women's tag team titles. Because in between them, we've still got Elimination Chamber and all that. So I think they might go tag team ladder match, put 6 teams in there, takes care of a lot of what's going on. I think, on top of that list, I'm guessing Becky's going to be in there. I'm guessing Natty's going to be in there. I'm guessing Maxine Dupree's going to be in there. So Maxine Dupree and Natalia are coming out of it feud. Becky, AJ Lee's probably going to be in there as well. I think AJ Lee eliminates Becky from the Rumble, and I think that's the WrestleMania match. Becky versus AJ Lee, Intercontinental title. Just makes sense. So that takes care of that with the tag teams. And you got Liv. Now, I think Liv she's never won the Royal Rumble, and she's been closer than any other woman in terms of how many Rumbles there's been. She's been in every Royal Rumble. She's finished 3rd, and she's finished 2nd twice. Bianca's won it twice, if I'm correct. She's won it twice on it. So I don't know if Bianca's won it once. Yeah, Bianca's won it once. She won when Edge won in 2021. But she got to the end with Rhea, didn't she? That's why. Okay, so I think Liv being that close 3 times in a row smells of a Liv win. But my creative brain was working again. And I'm thinking the Elimination Chamber offers the 2nd spot for somebody to fight a champion on it. I think we're going. I think Bianca Belair's going to be there today. I think Nikki Bella's going to be there today. People like that. Jordan Grace saw that. I think Sol Ruka might be there. Jada Parker's going to be there. I, I think Lola Vice will be there as well. Big up Alexander. So I think Bianca. She's won it already. She's not been on the roster. Yeah, that's the problem because Bianca winning the chamber twice already kind of defeats what I was gonna say because I think if she hadn't won it twice, Bianca winning the chamber and then going on to fight Jade Cargill at WrestleMania makes sense. Now everyone could say, yeah, but Bianca winning this, going on to fight Jade Cargill makes sense too. I know, but she's just returning in it. And it's like, I think both champions in terms of Stephanie Vakir and Jade Cargill they're like dispensable at this point. I don't think they mean anything. I'm not trying to diss them. I just think it's shit both ways, and I think they're both going to lose their title. I actually think that Raquel's going to beat Stephanie Vakir. So my point would be, you know what? Let's go the opposite way around then. Let's do that. So I'm going to go Bianca Belair to win. I was going to go Liv, to be honest. I was going to go Liv. My initial pick was going to be AJ, but then I remembered Becky. I was like, yeah. So what I was going to do is I was going to say Liv Morgan to win the Rumble, Stephanie Vakir to lose her title to Raquel. That means Liv has to fight Raquel in it. That's what I was going to go with. And I was like, okay, maybe she wins the Elimination Chamber instead. So that's my pick. Bianca Belair. No, I can't. No, I can't do it, man. But she's not going to win. She can't win the Chamber 3 times. Rumble twice makes more sense than Chamber 3 times. So fuck it. I'm gonna go Bianca Belair to win. I think I'm gonna go Bianca Belair to win. Yeah. And just so you know, I did pick it already. Bianca Belair to win, Liv Morgan to finish second again, which would mean that Liv Morgan has finished second 3 times and she's finished third once and never won the Rumble. But what it does do is it plants a seed and it builds a story for her going forward. It builds. That's what I just said. I thought she won the Chamber once too. Somebody just said twice. I thought she won it once. Jacob, if that's the case, then yeah, man. I thought she won it once as well because I was like, she won it last year, innit? When Jade Cargill returned. Yeah, man. That's what I thought, man. Anyway, either way, yeah, that's the pick. I'm gonna go. Yeah, yeah, that's my pick. I'm stop between them two, but I'm gonna stick with Bianca, and I'm gonna go Liv Morgan to win the Chamber, and I'm gonna go Liv Morgan to fight Raquel Rodriguez at WrestleMania for the title. I think it's a great story. I think it works out perfect because then you can choose whether you want which one of them to be babyface. Do you want Liv Morgan to be babyface, but Dom's a heel, so you don't really work? You turn Raquel babyface, and then you have Liv Morgan and Roxanne kick her out the Judgment Day because she got the title she don't want to share. So that's my pick there. Again, surprise entrances, not much surprises. I think Paige is going to be the reason why that's my girl as well. So big up Paige. Reason why I think Paige is going to be there because she's been talking about returning to the WWE. When did I get a book? I got a book about 8 months ago. She was talking about on TMZ as soon as her contract was done at AEW, they asked her at TMZ at the airport. It was Women's Evolution. That's when it was. They asked her at the airport about WWE, and she said, "I would love to be a part of it." I felt like I was part of the initial Women's Evolution anyway. So I'm not mad at it. So, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's the pick anyway. Bianca Belair. Let's see what happens, man. But yeah, told you, few NXT girls, about 5 of them. Paige, Nikki Bella. I think Brie Bella's going to be there as well. Actually, no. I don't think Brie Bella's going to be there. She would make sense, but I feel like with Brie, she's the wife of Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan wouldn't have went to Saudi Arabia in it, so I just feel like his wife ain't gonna do the same. So I'm gonna go with that. But yeah, move on. Anyway, moving on. Men's Royal Rumble. Men's Royal Rumble. Let's get it. This should be interesting. Again, I've done the same thing with the men's one. I've written feuds that I think can come out of the Rumble, and then it kind of leaves me with people left. So hear me out. Hear me out. Obviously, I think if people are talking about surprises, they're thinking Chris Jericho in it. They're thinking Chris Jericho. I don't think Chris Jericho should be at the Rumble. Only he'll get a great reception. His song will go off. He's got a Fuzzy tour in February anyway, so he can come and not win. But I feel like Jericho could take his time. I feel like Jericho might return to Raw after Mania. I'll be honest. I think Jericho might return to Raw after WrestleMania. I actually believe that Jericho returning, everyone's assuming he's going to be in the ring, isn't it? I think everyone's assuming Jericho's going to be in ring. I was thinking the other day, what if, see that phone call, what was going on with Adam Pearce? He was all worried and that. I would have Jericho as a general manager, bro. Because I'll be honest, he's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. I don't care to see Chris Jericho in the ring anymore, bro. I know he's all in better shape and that now, but I don't care to see him in the ring anymore. I think the last time I would care to see Jericho was about 2 years ago. So I think the Raw after Mania with Jericho makes way more sense for him to return. But obviously, who am I to tell next grown man what to do with his life, bro? If he wants to be there, he can be there, innit? I just don't think it's a good idea. I really don't. I don't think we need him in that sense. Now, who else is there? Well, there's Powerhouse Hobbs. Well, Royce Keys. I don't think that's a good idea to put him in the Rumble simply because nobody knows who he is. He ain't that popular, bro. So he's going to go to NXT. Obafemi is going to be in the Rumble. We know that. Brock Lesnar's in the Rumble. We know that. I reckon we'll have like Vikingo and Mr. Iguana in there as well. I think that might be. I think we'll have Omos will be in the Rumble. I think Chad Gable will be in the Rumble. I think Uncle Howdy will be in the Rumble because it just makes sense. I think Solo will be in the Rumble. I'm not sure, but Kofi Kingston should be in the Rumble because he's just Kofi Kingston. Seth's an outside chance because no one can tell if Seth's swerving him or not about the injury. But I'll be honest, I couldn't give a shit if Seth's in the Rumble, to be honest. But if he's in the Rumble, then I'm guessing Seth's going to kick Braun out in it. So here's my feud coming out of the Rumble, and then we'll see what's left in it. So I got Kaiser, El Grande getting in the Rumble, and I got Chad Gable, El Grande going in the Rumble. I think we get two El Grandes doing the Spider-Man point in the middle of the ring. I think we get that. I think we get that moment, and then whatever happens between them, because I think as a one-off at WrestleMania, Kaiser versus Chad Gable, El Grande versus El Grande. WrestleMania is not all about serious matches, isn't it? So I think we're gonna get that at some point. LA Knight, Bronson Reed coming out of this. This is a bit of a weird one because the Vision took out Bronson. It wasn't just Bronson Reed, although he's the one who done the tsunami. Logan Paul was involved in that as well. Bronson Reed's got beef with Roman and LA Knight. I would rather Roman beat up Bronson Reed on Raw or something like that. Actually, get him out of the Rumble because obviously all of the members of the Vision are in the Rumble. And technically, the Rumble, like, Bron Breakker should just win this Rumble because he's got all these people helping him. So I think at some point, the baby faces join forces and get rid of the Vision. Austin Theory out, Bronson Reed out, and then you get me. So I think LA Knight and Roman Reigns get rid of Bronson. So obviously we got Cody and Jacob Fatu. They're both going to be in the Rumble. I think that feud takes care of itself. So I think they get them out of there. Brock Lesnar and Gunther. Gunther said he's doing double duty. Brock Lesnar announced on the Pat McAfee show he's going to be in the Royal Rumble. I think we get the face-off. Gunther, Brock Lesnar, Obafemi. I'm trying to see it. I'm trying to see the face-off. Now, there's no titles between them, innit? But what I told you guys earlier, bro, if he does beat AJ Styles, The next person on that list who's probably going to retire soon is Brock Lesnar. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go Brock Lesnar versus Gunter at some point. Brock will probably beat him. It's not a point. I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm trying to see that. And obviously, Obafemi has got beef with Drew McIntyre as well. If anyone remembers Saturday Night Main Event, yeah, Drew messed up their match. Trick Williams will be in this Rumble. And Carmelo Hayes will be in this Rumble. Now, this isn't any feud building right now, but they have history between each other. I think we'll see a point in there where Whoop That Trick, Melo, help each other a little bit and then go back and forth with each other, and it can plant the seeds for the future, because Trick Williams right now isn't WWE Championship ready, but Trick Williams is definitely US title ready, and Carmelo has the US title, and they've already had a feud with each other, and he was mentored by Carmelo. It works out perfect. The Usos will be in this. Well, one of the Usos will be in this. Jimmy's not going to be in it. Jay's going to be in it. I think he said on the press conference just, well, the kickoff show, big up Jimmy and Trini at home. So I'm going Jay Uso's in here. Penta is in here. Ray Phoenix may be in here. I think finally, the way it's been built, I think we should get Penta and Ray Phoenix together in this match, helping each other. And they should probably take out Jey Uso. Because if they take out Jey Uso, Uso has the tag team championships. They're not on the same brand of each other, so they can sort that. I'm here to see the Lucha Brothers, Penta and Ray versus Jimmy and Jay at Mania. Because obviously, tag teams. Rey Mysterio's injured. Jeff Hardy or Woken Matt Hardy. This one, I'm going to go with Jeff. I don't think they put both Hardy boys in here, but I think this is the one time that Triple H you can book for the pop, bro. Not the winners, but for the entrances. And Jeff Hardy coming out in Saudi Arabia. I'm here for it. Leon Slater. I was thinking about Leon Slater. I don't know how many places are in there. I don't really care for Leon Slater to be in there because he's got no chance of winning at all. But he's cold. Obviously, Young OG is going to be in there. I don't want to see Moose in there at all. I couldn't give it. The ship is sailed. It's sailed with Moose. I don't care about it. Next person on my list, Morris just said it. Yep. Say his name and he'll appear. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yes, Joe Hendry's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Let's not be silly. It'll be a shock if he's not in there. It'll be a shock. Who else have I got written down? No more feuds coming out of there. Montez Ford. This one is I'm just throwing it out there. Isn't who's your 4 predictions? I don't have 4 predictions. I only got. Oh, you mean for all the matches? Oh, you just started. Well, Gunter, Drew McIntyre, Bianca Belair, and we're about to get to the next one. Montez Ford. I don't think he's going to win the Royal Rumble, obviously. But I think if Bianca's returning, and she's not pregnant, I hear it. Ethan Page, that's a good one. That's a good shout. I feel like Montez as a single star in this match, bro. I don't care what they want to do with the music. If you want to keep, we want the smoke and all that. I don't care about that. But Montez as a single star, if Dawkins is injured, makes perfect sense. Let him go in there and just mash everything up in the Rumble, bro. Let him show he's a star. Let the people see that he's a star, and then we can move from there, innit? We can move on from there. Yeah. So now the movement is who wins the Royal Rumble and who is the final four. I think Amari just asked that. The final four, the Rumble. I'm gonna go Obafemi's in the final four. I think it just makes sense. I'm gonna go Brock Lesnar to be in the final four. Roman Reigns. I would say Braun Breaker, but if you're talking about final four, Brock, Obafemi, Roman, one more person should be Braun Breaker, but Roman should win in it. But you guys know, been subscribed long enough. There's one man. The day the Royal Rumble was announced to be in Saudi Arabia, I did a video. And there was one pick I had to win the Royal Rumble. Now, Roman should win the Royal Rumble. In fact, whoever's on that WrestleMania poster, whoever did the advert should be winning. Whoever did the women's advert should be winning. Now, in the advert with the women, you saw who was there. Liv Morgan got in the advert. In the men's advert, you saw who was there. One of them has the title already. One already had the title and just lost it. Brock Lesnar just returned. Roman Reigns is in that. Roman Reigns should win. But you guys know that there's one man. And he's already fighting on the night. And for some reason, when Gunther said he was doing double duty, remember this. Just remember when Gunther said he was doing double duty on the night and he's going to be in the Rumble also. When they interviewed Sammy and all that, Sammy never said, I'm entering in the Royal Rumble and that. And don't get me wrong, he's on SmackDown tonight. He might say it. But my pick, and this is going to kill my soul because it should be Roman Reigns. My pick to win the 2026 Riyadh Royal Rumble is... I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. Samantha Zaynblood. Now, man said have his moment in 2027. Less of that. 2020. You think I'm waiting a whole year for him to... Nah, man. Listen, I've already built everything. If it goes left, fine. I'm glad. Sami Zayn gets beat up by Drew and loses. He wins the match, but he doesn't win the title because Drew loses all the time anyway, so nobody cares. Or Drew cheats. Drew beats him up. Sami got the bandage ribs like Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 35 versus Brock Lesnar. Bandage ribs like Triple H hit him with a sledgehammer blood. Bandage ribs like Rikishi ran him over. Bandage ribs, got a bit of a limp. You get me? He took a couple claymores to the forehead. He's dying. You get me? Everyone thinks Sami's out of there. Get him out of here on the stretcher. Sami Zayn hobbles down because, I don't know, bruv. Oh, put R-Truth in that match as well, bruv. Actually, that's what's going to happen. R-Truth is going to turn up to a different Royal Rumble. He's going to turn up to Spain or something, bro, instead of being in Saudi, and Sami's going to take his spot. Oh, my God. Michael Cole, what are we going to do here? R-Truth turned up. There's a one spot left. The one spot left should go to Finn Balor, shouldn't it? Because let me tell you something. Let me name the people that are in this Rumble already. And I'm going to tell you what bullshit this is. Listen to this. All right. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns, Gunther, Rey Mysterio, Penta, Dragon Lee, Jey Uso, Solo, Braun, Logan, Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Javon Evans, Obafemi, Brock Lesnar. They're the ones that were announced on the Netflix website. But whatever, innit? Adam Pearce said to Finn Balor on Raw, there's no space in the Royal Rumble. I read 17 names out. What do you mean there's no space in the Rumble? So Finn Balor's got to beat someone up to get in there. But anyway, Finn Balor should be in there. We all agree on that. Sami Zayn, hear me out. A beaten, broken Sami Zayn in Saudi Arabia makes sense. Hear me out. Because I don't want this to happen, but hear me out. Somebody tell me why. We just had the Royal Rumble 2026 Riyadh kickoff show, and Sami Zayn wasn't there. Can you tell me that? Can you tell me why Sami wasn't on the kickoff show? Missed the Saudi Arabia. I mean, Mansoor's not about. I'm just everything has been telling me this for a year, bro. He wasn't there. You know why? Because if this is even worse than it. Because Sammy should turn up on SmackDown. Tell me that these men are not saving the pop of Sami Zayn for the Rumble blood. All right, listen. If they put the Drew McIntyre match on first, or after the Women's Royal Rumble, no, Connor, you don't know it makes sense as well. Sami Zayn crawls into the Rumble. Look who I've got on the screen, bro. The person that Sammy was fighting with first was Braun Breaker, bro, for the Intercontinental title. You don't remember that, innit? You remember that shit. All right, because obviously Sammy lost his title and all that shit. He beat Gunter, lost his title, Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker lost his title. You get me? Fatal. Lost it to, I think, if I'm correct, Sami Zayn beat Gunter, lost it to Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker lost it to Jay. Then he won it back. Then they had a fatal four-way at WrestleMania, and then Dominic Mysterio won it. So that's what happened with his title, innit? So there was already beef between Braun Breaker and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn and Roman Reigns writes itself, bro, because there's not beef anymore because there's both baby faces, but a standoff between Roman Reigns and Sami Zayn in the final four is epic business. The crowd's going to go crazy. They're going to raise the ones and they're going to sing, oh, oh. They're going to do that. They're going to do that. So that's my pick for the win now. I'm saying the other two faded their potential winners. Let's be honest, Braun Breaker, if everything was logical, Braun Breaker should win this match. He has a whole team to help him. But Roman Reigns is going to win the Elimination Chamber. That's my pick for the Elimination Chamber, Roman Reigns. You lot can figure out how and who Roman Reigns fights because he said already he was in between Cody and CM Punk and he said that title would look nice on my shoulder and he walked off. Roman wouldn't just say that shit for no reason. So if that title looks nice on Roman's shoulder, none of them know which one. It plants the seeds. But guess what? Cody doesn't have that belt anymore. And why would Roman go and fight Drew McIntyre, bro? No one wants to see Roman versus Drew McIntyre, bro. The only thing I can think of with Roman and Drew is Clash at the Castle and Roman's first match back at WrestleMania 35 when he came back from having leukemia, bro. Apart from that, don't care about them fighting each other. You get me? So, Roman Reigns win the Elimination Chamber. Just makes sense. You get to use Roman again. You can put Brock Lesnar in that Elimination Chamber too. It gets dark. It gets dark. And another thing. Sami Zayn has never beat Drew McIntyre, bro. You can't write this. You can't write this underdog shit, bro. You know it's happening. Prepare yourself for war. Now, hear me out. If Sami Zayn doesn't win, don't be running your mouth to me in the chat talking about, Savage, you was wrong. I called it. You motherfuckers. I don't want him to win. I want to be wrong. But every fiber in me tells me that this is about to happen, bro. And it actually makes sense story-wise, bro. It actually makes sense. Unless Trick Williams just comes in and kicks him out of the ring and then we'll get sorted, innit? So, but the fact you saw the promo. Tell me the reason why Sami Zayn came out on SmackDown and cut a promo. He was beefing with nobody. He came out. It's 2026. I spoke to my son. He said, Baba, why don't you have that title? My son's never seen me win the title. And he's never won the title. But he's never beat Drew. He can't. No. Cody Rhodes ain't winning this, bro. Cody Rhodes ain't winning this, bro. You must be absolutely out of your mind if you think Cody's winning. Cody ain't winning. Cody won 2 years in a row. He won 2023 and 2024. Nah. So Roman Reigns, Elimination Chamber. Because if you think about it, if Sammy, hear me out one more time because I'm going to get out of here soon, innit? But hear me out. Sami Zayn loses to Drew. Yeah. He's never beat him and he loses to Drew again. And then he goes and wins the Royal Rumble and he can pick which champion he's going to fight. Which champion do you think he's going to beat? He's going to fight Drew because he's going to say, I'm not going to take the easy route. It's not easy route. It's kind of disrespectful. But I need to face my fears and I won't rest until I beat Drew McIntyre for that title because I had him pinned 1, 2, 3 and he cheated. The ref got taken out or something. So you know He's going to fight Drew, which means if Roman wins the Elimination Chamber and Seth Rollins ain't back, Roman's gonna fight CM Punk. We ain't gonna get another triple threat match. Braun Breaker's gonna get close at the Chamber. So that's my pick. I think CM Punk versus Roman at WrestleMania. I think Drew McIntyre versus Sammy at WrestleMania. I think Bianca versus Jay Cargill at WrestleMania. And I think Liv Morgan versus Raquel at WrestleMania because Stephanie Vakia is a terrible champion. I told, man. I am Stephanie Vakia, La Primera, and I not only have the devil's kiss. Ha. Yeah. It's not it. It's not it. Great to look at, not great to hear, bro. So, that is my pick. Don't hate me. Don't hate me because I just came up with something. Don't hate me, bro. You know, like that. Cody can't win again, man. Cody can't win again. It's not, bro, it's not the same story as Jay and Gunter. It's the same story as Sammy and Gunter, bro. Jay's story with Gunter came from Sammy and Gunter the year before. Sammy just, listen, that's all Sammy's story. That's all it does. That's all he does. Now, if you're questioning, we're trying to build stars for the future, Savage. You're always preaching build stars for the future. What about, well, listen, it's in Saudi Arabia and they pay big money in it. 250 million, I heard, for WrestleMania. So I'm guessing they paid at least 100 mil for Royal Rumble. And they want the big stars in it. Bianca, Roman, or Deadman. They don't want Sammy, but obviously Sammy's their boy. The Money in the Bank is not long after WrestleMania, bro. Braun Breaker's gonna win that. That's my prediction early. My prediction early for the Money in the Bank is of two people: Logan Paul or Braun Breaker. Bro, I know it sounds crazy, but at some point, oh, it's in September. That's after SummerSlam. Oh, whatever. Still going with it. I think Logan Paul's gonna win. Yeah, Logan Paul or Braun Breaker's gonna win that shit. Now, the only surprise, I'll tell you what would be a real surprise win. The real surprise win would be if LA Knight won the if LA Knight won the Royal Rumble, it would be a shock to me. But I'm here for it. LA Knight, I'm here for it. But that's my say. Usually I have your say. Join me tomorrow. We will be live. I think I've got the 6:45. I got the stream penciled in for. If I'm free before, I'll go live earlier, but I got work, so you get me? I got build-up stuff to do, clients to get to. But we will be here live for the watch party. It's in the UK. I'm in the UK, so I'm chilling with the time tomorrow. This shit will be done by like 10 o'clock. So, you get me? Join me, man. Saudi Savage will be here, bro. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm just thinking of it now, man. I'm thinking, man. I can't have Sammy winning this, bro. I don't need an excuse to win. I don't need an excuse. I was gonna do both in it, but I realized that like SmackDown's on at 5 o'clock. So half an hour. Come on, bruv. You already know, bruv. Savage a la Sheikh, blood. You get me? Saudi Savage in the building. I'm not doing. I was about to do the SmackDown watch along till I remembered it was 3 hours. I was like, nah. I was just gonna do the prediction show and SmackDown at the same time. I was like 3 hours, and they're doing it before the Royal Rumble. Anytime they do SmackDown before like Royal Rumble or SmackDown, it's shit. It's always shit. They'll just put a tag team match on. They'll put a tag team match on the line. I mean, the tag team titles on the line. They'll put the US title on the line. They always do that. So, yeah, man. Oh, maybe they put Stephanie McMahon should join the Royal Rumble, man. We could put Stephanie in there. But yeah, I'm not dodging the Liverpool game. I don't really want to watch the Liverpool game, but I'll have the Liverpool game on the other screen, and I'll get ends to do the watch along. But yeah, Go Home shows used to be one of the best shows, but they phone it in now. You know what I mean? It used to be there to build what was going to happen at the pay-per-view, but It's done now. But anyway, you lot have been great. I've done the amount of time I want to do. I want to do about an hour. It went pretty quick, to be honest, bro, but it always does when we're chilling and having a good time. But again, Royal Rumble winner 2026, women, Bianca Belair, men, Sami motherfucking Zayn. Brother, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong.